Hello there, this is PJ. It is Friday, March 25th, 2022. We're going to do our daily lectionary reading, so I'll do my three readings. I do want to let you know that today is also the Annunciation of the Lord Day, and so you had the opportunity to do those readings if you are following along strictly in the daily lectionary. But we're going to be looking at the readings that are going to be preparing us for Sunday, so we'll stick with our three. Psalm 32 is our psalm reading. Joshua chapter 4, verses 14 through 24 is going to be our Old Testament reading. And then 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 6 through 15 is going to be our New Testament reading. And yes, both our Old Testament and our New Testament reading, we are continuing in the journey that we listened into yesterday. Listen in. Psalm 32. Count yourself lucky. How happy you must be. You get a fresh start. Your slate's wiped clean. Count yourself lucky. God holds nothing against you, and you're holding nothing back from him. When I kept it all inside, my bones, they turned to powder. My words became day-long groans. The pressure never lets up. All the juices of my life dried up. Then I let it all out. I said, I'll come clean about my failures to God. Suddenly, the pressure was gone. My guilt dissolved. My sin disappeared. These things add up. Every one of us needs to pray. When all hell breaks loose and the dam bursts, we'll be on high ground, untouched. God's my island hideaway. Keeps danger far from the shore. Throws garlands of hosannas around my neck. Let me give you some good advice. I'm looking you in the eye and giving it to you straight. Don't be ornery like a horse or a mule that needs bit and bridle to stay on track. God defiers are always in trouble. God affirmers find themselves loved every time they turn around. Celebrate God. Sing together, everyone. All you honest hearts, raise the roof. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of Joshua, chapter 4, verses 14 through 24. God made Joshua great that day in the sight of all Israel. They were in awe of him, just as they had been in awe of Moses all of his life. God told Joshua, command the priests carrying the chest of the testimony to come up from the Jordan. Joshua commanded the priests, come up out of the Jordan. And they did it. The priests carrying God's chest of the covenant came up in the middle of the Jordan. As soon as the soles of the priests' feet touched dry land, the Jordan's waters resumed their flow within the banks, just as before. The people came up out of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month. They set up camp at Gilgal, the circle, the east of Jericho. Joshua erected a monument at the Gilgal, using the 12 stones that they had taken from the Jordan. And then he told the people of Israel, in the days to come, when your children ask their fathers, what are these stones doing here? Tell your children this. Israel crossed over this Jordan on dry ground. Yes, God, your God, dried up the Jordan's waters for you until you had crossed, just as God, your God, did at the Red Sea, which had dried up before us until we had crossed. This was so that everyone on earth would recognize how strong God's rescuing hand is, and so you would honor God in solemn reverence always. Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 6 through 15. That's why we live with such good cheer. You won't see us drooping our heads or dragging our feet. Cramped conditions here don't get us down. They only remind us of the spacious living conditions ahead. It's what we trust in, but don't yet see, that keeps us going. Do you suppose a few ruts in the road or rocks in the path are going to stop us? When the tree comes, we'll be plenty ready to exchange exile for homecoming. But neither exile nor homecoming is the main thing. Cheerfully pleasing God is the main thing, and that's what we aim to do, regardless of our condition. Sooner or later, we'll all have to face God, regardless of our condition. We will appear before Christ and take what's coming to us as a result of our action, either good or bad. That keeps us vigilant. You can be sure. It's no light thing to know that we're all one day stand in the place of judgment. That's why we work urgently with everyone we meet to get them ready to face God. God alone knows how well we do this, but I hope you realize how much and deeply we care. We're not saying this to make ourselves look good to you. We just thought it would make you feel good, proud even, that we're on your side, and not just nice to your face as many people are. If I acted crazy, I did it for God. If I acted over seriously, I did it for you. Christ's love has moved me to such extremes. His love has the first and the last word in everything that we do. Our firm decision is to work from this focused center. One man died for everyone. That puts everyone in the same boat. He included everyone in his death so that everyone could also be included in his life, resurrection life, a far better life than people ever lived on their own. And here ends our readings for the day. Peace. Have a good weekend.